Hi guys, how's it going? I've just managed to stop my video, so I've had to redo it again. So that's so annoying when you do that, especially if you don't know how to edit and you just want to do it in one sitting, which I like to do. Keep it on just continuation, because I don't know how to link one frame up to another, so I need to work on that. I thought something coming through the forest then. There's some banging about. There's someone down here actually. Dogs. So I'm back out here again. It's a bit on the warm side today. I just took my shirt off and cooling off out here. No, it's quite. It's just warm earlier. It's just like it's got this cloud cover now, and it's just. I'm so disappointed. I had a good roll of footage then for about 15 minutes, and it's I've still got it, but so I just wanted to keep it going longer. Just put some off. I don't know how to start it. I don't know how to start it now. Oh dear, what a pain that is. What absolute pain. Okay, we'll start from here, okay? That was a bad introduction, but we'll keep it running. We'll keep it running. I'll try and salvage something. So I've come out today, back out on the spot I was at yesterday. And yesterday, if anyone's seen that video, I was talking about what was it? Because I've done two videos. That's completely gone. The second one was NatWest Bank Carbon Tracker app. That was one. That's a good one to watch. Might get some ideas of what they're actually doing. Trying to stop you from purchasing high carbon foods like your meats and your dairy. It's telling you to put it back and get something more bug-like, should I say, that doesn't take much to harvest. The lighting's not very good, is it? I keep hearing crashing in the woods here. I like it when it stays bright. Yeah, so I can't remember what the last video was talking about. I was ill. Yeah, that was it. Stocking up on clothes and sleeping bags and stuff. That was what it was. Which I was happy with that video. It went really well. I was really glad I got that one out there. And I was talking about there'll be something else tomorrow. And here we are. It's tomorrow. And what happened? Train cyber attacks have happened. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. What are they going to do tomorrow? It's all the same. It's all the same. It's all coming from the same agenda. The same dystopian nightmare they're trying to bring. It's the same thing. It's just laughable. I didn't even have to watch it. I just knew. I knew it was a false flag to get people's reactions. It's a test. That's what it is. It's a test. I saw straight through it. I didn't even have to watch it. I can say now. What tomorrow? What's going to happen tomorrow? What's it going to be tomorrow? What's the story going to be tomorrow? What's the next piece of the puzzle that they're going to bring in? Because it's still the same puzzle, trying to make you download apps and digital ID and your biometrics to keep you safe. This is what's going. This they'll be talking about tomorrow. What can we do to stop this? Oh, well, I know. Let's get biometrics. I knew it for the first couple of minutes. I thought, yeah, biometrics, facial ID, digital ID, whatever, all on your phone or chip, or whatever. But yeah, it's a part of that agenda, the tagging you up agenda, should I say. So yeah, it's I've always been right about that smartphone stuff, because I've been watching some. I just keep up to date with everything about these smartphones and what they're doing, tracking your data and stuff and where you're going. That's why I've kept it at home for the last 4 years, because I knew something was wrong once they announced that track and trace, wasn't it? You know, I knew there was a problem beforehand for the run up to it happening. I just knew these smartphones were becoming a problem, causing a lot of family problems, just getting in the way of day-to-day life. And the more this goes on, I found some information last night, and I thought, yeah, that's what they're doing. No, it was all a test, that 2020 era. Because what I was seeing, it was last night, there was a particular video I watched, and I thought, yeah, this is what the distancing was all about, the 6 foot distancing. You know, you didn't want you getting too close to each other, and track and trace and all that. They didn't want you together. I remember it was in another country. They were going, the authority were going around with poles, walking amongst people 6 foot, making sure people weren't getting 6 foot between each other. And that stood out for me. And that was a few years ago, that was. And that capsulated of the video I saw last night. Because there was a guy going on about that, about this 6 foot thing, this 6 foot. Because they were saying if you get too close to someone, it creates that interference. This is why they're trying to isolate us and box us in, this feeling that we can feel. So any of you awake out there might not have heard this information, but it seems like this could be possibly what's happening if you look at it on this aspect. But this is, you know, because I feel it boxing us in, trying to contain us, and this is it. Try to think of the bubble analogy, walking around bubbles. Also, I've just come to it now, the rule of 6, remember that one? You know, sit in separate rooms at Christmas, you remember that one? You know, this is all history they want gone, all that knowledge, they want all that gone, because they don't want any evidence of how we got here. And we're not even in it yet, but we're entering it now, so I'm just laying down. But I just have my suspicions, alright, what they're doing. The thing is, the problem with all this is, they're using it against us. That's the problem. They'll penalise us and do whatever they want to get us to comply to it. And you know, this is the problem. This is the problem. It's not even good for you anyway. All this social media anyway. You're wasting your time. When you should be with your loved ones, your family, and your friends, because they're just splitting everybody up. Cause trust issues. You know, what's worse than a family around your dinner table, everyone on the phone? You know, what's the point in that? It's nonsensical. This is it. You see, it creates that bubble, that separation these phones do. So it's just an observation, like I said yesterday. Just keep observing what's going on, and just pass the message. Just tell as many people who you know. Try and wake them up. Might have a dog barking in the background there. Can't quite see if I'm up here. Somewhere in the forest down the bottom of the hill there. But yeah, these smartphones, yeah. I can't function, and it's becoming apparent I can't function in the workplace as well. So it's I'm not working at the minute anyway. I've not worked for a month. There's no work. I'm pretty much down to my last 20 quid. I've tried applying for a few jobs. I went for an interview last week. I thought it was alright. The interview went really well. I thought this would be a nice little job for me, nice permanent 3-day week it was, afternoons. I thought, yeah, I'll have some of that in the supermarket. It was not about money to me anymore. It's not about money. It's not about these £1,000 week anymore. I don't want it. I don't want this money. Just enough to get by. You know. I'd sooner be out here doing this, just talking like this, and just eating and sleeping well. That's the main thing. That's it. That's all you have to do. You just be right with yourself. Don't fake it. Stop lying. get healthy. Like eating, but burn your calories wisely. Don't just stay at home and just bang on the weight. Just make sure you're using your calories, but being, what's the word? Being on the go all the time. Doing things that have real meaning. Don't waste your energy. If you have a big meal at night, make sure you use all your calories the next day. If you stay in all day, just don't eat too much. That's another way of looking at it as well. It's not a bad thing, this weight thing, because it can actually save you. I mean, if there is a blackout, the first thing I'd do, and that might sound a bit far-fetched, here's me on this diet thing and looking after myself and all that, but if something did happen, the best thing you can do is just eat as much as you can. I know it sounds absolutely crazy. Just eat for a whole week, just build yourself up, bang on a few stone. And that weight, it's a survival instinct. That weight inside you, that food inside you, is going to keep you going all winter. If you just sit in your house and weather the storm. We're quite resilient creatures. We can weather anything. You can. I've heard that if you are a real big person, say, you can live on your fat resources for 2 years without eating. 2 years. So it's not such a bad thing, because it's a good survival situation to be in. That. So you can't knock that one. It's a real good idea. You don't want to be skinny and shit hits the fan. You've got no energy. This is why these athletes are in good shape, because they're hungry. They're hungry, aren't they? They're running about hungry. When you're big and all that, you tend to slow down, but it's very comforting as well, that knowing that you could just lay there and do nothing for 6 months, not hardly eat anything, you're going to be fine. An athlete, they're not going to make it by a week. They're going to be super hungry. It's not a good place to be. So if some sort of blackout did happen, some sort of, it knocks out all the electricity, you're going to be all right on fat reserves. It's not a bad thing. And also, I was on about stocking up yesterday. Also, I forgot to mention, if it does happen, I forgot to mention, I've got it. Gas canisters. You can buy them from hardware shops. You can buy like packs of 4 for like reasonably cheap, for like less than a £5. You can buy a pack of 4. I've got 20 because I'm greedy. It's just in case, because I've got these gas canisters. They're quite tall, and I've got an attachment that goes onto it, a little platform, screws onto it, and you pull the pin, it releases a gas. You light it with a lighter, and you cook in case of a blackout. Not many people have got this, It's a good thing to get in case, because I think something's going to come. Some sort of blackout is on the way after the events of what I heard today. I think it was they're testing it again. Very suspicious. Got very glued to without looking at it too much, and very on it, should I say, of where we go from here. Like I said yesterday, stock up on your clothes, your warm blankets or sleeping bags for an emergency, just in case you have to. Even for your car, keep one in your car in case you have to sleep in your car. What's that? As long as you're prepared for it, you've got peace of mind, haven't you? You don't want to get caught out. Because I'm all about helping anybody to prepare for something like this. I mean, it has happened before years ago. I think 7 days it was. It was absolutely mental. There was all sorts of problems, wasn't there? Without saying any bad words, but there was all sorts of problems. People were like robbing each other, weren't they? On like day 2, It was absolute panic. It was so unnecessary as well. If it happened now, I'd be alright. I wouldn't bother. I'd just stay here now. I'd get what's very essential from my house right now. First of all, I'd get my tent, a sleeping bag. I'd just bring it out here. Even here, I'd just bring it here. Just camp here for a few weeks, and then I've got a wind-up radio, solar powered. That's another thing, guys. To any preppers out there, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you might have, is your wind-up radios and your solar panel stuff, like solar panel torches. All that's going to be really handy. Anything solar panelled, anything to get you off that grid they're trying to suck us into. That's why they're getting rid of all your old stuff, you know, like your books and your sat navs and anything tangible. They're getting rid of it to manipulate you onto this new system, this nightmare we don't want. Like I say, people say it's good, but to me it's not good anyway, because it just divides people up, this smartphone stuff. It separates you, because it's pretty obvious, isn't it? Before they came out, everyone were very close, everyone spoke to each other. It was like that in the night. So I remember going to a store. I always used to go to the store on Saturday night with family and stuff, and everyone would be so happy to see each other. It was a cool blockbuster, it was, to any older generation out there, you know, in your 40s, how life was in the 80s and 90s. But I always remember Blockbuster. Everyone was so happy. Everyone used to talk, swap videos. Have you watched this? Can I swap with that one? Blockbuster as it was. Life was just so better then. Until the smartphone came out, and it just went downhill. I think it was 2007, around about that time, it started to go down. And it's worse than ever. It's worse than ever now. And you notice all these mobile crack addicts now. they're all shifty, aren't they? They have all these mood swings and they flip out and stuff. And of course they are, because they're human. You know, they're human at the end of the day. You're not a part of that world. You're not a part of this electrical, digital ether that's... You can't see it. You can't see this. You can feel it. I can feel it. But it's like otherworldly. It's like it feels like it's bigger than our reality. This other reality, this digital reality. Like, it just amazes you, doesn't it? How you can just hover your phone or card over something that takes your money away through thin air. How does it do that? How does the internet work? You know, and it comes on the screen. It's coming from something, isn't it? It's amazing. It amazes me, that sort of stuff does. I still don't know how it works. Or phones, how you can speak to someone in another country 6,000 miles away. It amazes me, that sort of stuff does. Communication. And it's in the thin air, isn't it? I know with like mobile phone masts, it jumps from one phone mast to the next. Probably with the internet it's the same, but I still find it quite amazing how it works. But it's just it's not good for us, because it's making us lazy. It's making the worst out of us, really. You've got to be aware of it. You've got to wake up to the fact that you've got to say to yourself one day, these are not good for me. I'm wasting my life on this, doing this. Head down, bad posture, trust issues, relationship problems. Like these dating apps, you've seen them, dating sites, crikey. They're worse, it's just degrading you, isn't it? Someone thinks you're just a swipe and that's it, they don't want to know who you are, just judge you by your looks. It's toxic, they're probably one of the worst out there. It's inhumane, it's creating people to be nasty with one another, isn't it? I'll have a bit more. I bought my pillow. I bought a pillow today. It's a little pillow. I've had this absolute years. It's all my go-to, that is. I just lean on it. So let's have a bit of ginger. Got my ginger with me today. Bit of cayenne pepper in this, bit of black pepper as well, just in case. Just in case I'm missing any, without spilling it, of course. Yeah, guys. Also, guys, stock up on these as well. Like these stainless steel flasks. So I've got a couple of these. You could cook on these as well. You cook on these, clean your water, whatever, boil your water up. Man's best friend, this is. It really is. It really is. I love a flask. Do like a good old flask with my lumberjack shirt and all that. Yeah, it's starting to cool down now a bit. It's warm an hour ago. It was absolutely stifling hot. Yeah, so what's the date today? 26th today, September 24. I'm just making a note of the date. Thursday, it's 2:30. Just for reference. Just for reference today, that one. Yeah, I think I've covered quite a bit in that so far. 20 minutes, wow. That went quick, that did, that 20 minutes. Yeah, so much going on, isn't there? I think the rains are coming again. You just see it in the distance there. I got caught up in it yesterday, got pretty soaked yesterday. Had to hide under a tree for a bit. Got one of them beetles on me. Yeah, it's nice to just chill, isn't it? Why does it feel so right being here, away from the towns and cities? This is what they don't want. They don't want you disconnected. They want you in that box in that town. This is what 15-minute cities are. They don't want you wandering around in your little digital bubble. Was there a mention? I'm just thinking, was there a mention of that about bubble? Was it called? I can't remember. If you guys can remind me, was it called the Bubble of Six? You know what I mean? Because what I was saying earlier about how they didn't want us getting close to each other with a 6-foot thing, because it created interference and stuff. Do you reckon that's a part of it as well? It could be, couldn't it? If you think about it, bubble of six, like your own little bubble. Just think about it. Think about that. It's just come to me. That has come to me. That's interesting. I wonder why that was. And then it said on channel yesterday about it being interference. That's why they don't like these gatherings, because it's creating too much interference. It's like they want you in these bubbles, don't you? And then I talk about this shoebox living. And it also feels like it was as well, because you can feel it off the people. They cross the road, they don't want to. You know, it happens now when you're walking on a path. Someone will give you a really wide berth, even now. Yeah, it's still unsure, but it's still there. It's still there. And you come out here like this and you just forget about it, you know. I dread going back. But I've got my bag, so I'm just being forced out, and it feels right. It feels right. I've got a bit of a burst of sun here. It's nice to get these last warm rays of the summer. But yeah, it looks like some rain coming. What a view, eh? Fantastic. Whatever you see, there's someone just down there somewhere. That's where I'll be going later, and then going across there. Bit of forestry here, bridge. If I can get my finger right. Yeah, so I've got to have another bit of ginger there. That was a pretty nice bit, that was. Yeah, just as a bloke as well, you feel like you don't fit in society. I really can't understand why the young don't want to work anymore. I completely understand. Because I don't. Because it's such a toxic system, isn't it? Of all this stuff you got to do these days. And it brings you back to these apps again, doesn't it? Scanning stuff and dealing with all these rules and these new stuff that's about it without saying them. You know what I mean? It's not a place for masculinity. It's toxic for us. This is where I feel better out here, building my own infrastructure. I mean, it's just not going to go back. It's not going to go back until respect is restored. And that's a massive one, that is, respect. If a bloke is not respected, the society will collapse. It will. They call it, when you work, toxic masculinity or whatever it is. Like this can't function. We just can't function. I can understand you not working. It was respected years ago. You'd had a good job and you had loads of kids and stuff. There's footage of it. I've seen some footage of it last night actually, about how it used to be, how the workforce was appreciated and respected, and you had unions and stuff that'd stick up for you. And I remember being that guy as well, living in that. I just caught it at the back end of it in the 90s. How respectful people were. And it was a great time to have kids back then, in the 80s and 90s and all that. But the longer this goes on, it just makes you think it's if you have a kid, you're in. It's dehumanising, isn't it? I mean, I'd love to have had kids and all that. This is the dynamic. I'm down to my last 20 quid now. That's how bad I am. But I've got all my stocked up food. I'm alright. I don't have to spend anything at the minute. But this is what it's come to, and I'm like living proof of where I'm at in all this. I would have loved a wife, kids, family, but the work is just toxic. It's just toxic environment, and this is why the world's in this mess. And if you're a bloke out there, you'll know what I mean. This is the best place to be, out the way, because that society, it is collapsing. It is, and it will be up to us blokes to repopulate. At the minute, we're down in the dumps, but we'll be the price soon. Trust me. You just got to hang on in there. You just got to hang on in there. As long as you protect yourself as a bloke, protect yourself, protect your energy, protect your, and just don't fall for anything. Stay human. Stay strong and all that, and we will beat this. We will. Because I'm on my arse now. 20 quid, that ain't going to last, is it? But my food will last a couple of years. I've got loads of food, but the electric ain't not going to last, is it? I'm going to have to pay for the electric. Shouting at the dog, someone. That's why I'm sort of like practicing to be out here. It's the way to go. It's the way to go. I do that. That means the town, the city, or whatever. I'll do that. I'm leaving that world behind. I do that because it's like wait for it to collapse, and I'll be all right out here until respect is restored again. It comes down to that. Unbelievable, isn't it? Humans shouting about. Give me some peace, mate. if you guys can hear that, but it's doing my head in. Just can't get away from people, can you? As hard as you try. Mental health everywhere, aren't they? Yeah, it was good because I'm down to my last 20 quid. I thought, shit, I didn't even go in. I've not been in town this week at all. Or did I go in? I might have done. I can't remember. I might have done once, but today I didn't. I thought it's pointless spending like, what was it, £2.80 on a coffee. What's he shouting at? Let's just listen, shall we? Let's get stressed together. Oh, Ginger's going down really well. You can hear the stress in his voice, can't you? Well, he's got a good voice box, that's for sure. I wish I could shout like that. I've given up shouting, I have. I've always been like this, quiet. Yeah, I've enjoyed making this video, to be honest with you, because I've been 100% real of how I am. This is me in real life. This is me. I'm not faking it at all. This is me. Living in the now, the moment, the now, the fresh air, the nature. This is life, you know. You don't want to be faking it to make it. Like a lot of channels I see, they do. So I don't like putting pauses in. I like to keep it rolling. But sometimes I have to when I get like a disturbance, like the shouting or something like that. But what was on about? I forgot what was on about. I just get sidetracked to talk about anything. Yeah, so yeah, because I'm not working. Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah, it's bothering me. I nearly went to the job centre today. And it's a place I don't want to go. I don't want to go down that road. I went down that road probably 2001, I think it was, where you have to sign up every 2 weeks. I don't know how it is now, but I nearly went today. Still don't know what to do about that. It's a road I didn't want to go down because they're monitoring your bank accounts, aren't they, and all that now. I'd sooner ask a family member to lend me something. In fact, I'm going to have to do that probably on Saturday. You still hear the shouting. Oh, you've got a good voice box. He's having a right old go. Yeah, I'll have to ask my dad, see if he'll lend us £100 or something. I don't want to get all the letters coming in. What is it? car tax, insurance. Won't be able to drive the car, won't be able to get to work. What's this guy's problem? You're ruining my nature, mate. He's like a mile away. You see him, he's like on that like green. So I can't do it. But about there somewhere. I think the sun's just about to go behind this huge cloud here, which I don't mind because the sun's a bit bright. What I was going to talk about? Yeah, I just felt these young lads were saying on social media about how they're not feeling right, how relationships are not feeling right, dating's not feeling right. They can't remember what they did last week and stuff like that. They kept saying we're in these weird times where no memories are being created. Like every day is just the same, and we're already 5 years into it, and they can't even remember what happened 5 years ago. And they said, oh, another 5 years ago it's going to be 2030, and we're not going to have no. Like they say, we're in weird times, and it feels like it as well. I thought that was interesting, that, because it just reminded me of how I'm feeling as well, because it does feel like that. I can't remember what I did last week, or certain. I don't know, the days are not right, the nights are not right. I know it sounds weird, but nights don't feel like nights anymore. They just roll over till the day. It's not right. It's hard to put my finger on it. Like the summer wasn't quite right this year, was it? If anyone noticed, it soon went, and it wasn't very long. It was very short. If I recall, it was only like probably about 10 blue days. But I made the most of them. I sat out in my back garden while everyone was at work, enjoying all them sun rays. You know, there weren't many days at all. There wasn't many days at all. I had a couple in the spring, and we probably had a couple a week in summer. Now it's just getting the odd 1 or 2 days now, but it's not as hot now. It'd be hard to get a tan. It's been a very strange year this year as well. I feel Ben Addison's gone in a bit. I feel bad that last video failed. And that was a good 20 odd minutes, that one. I'm getting up to 38 minutes now, so it's doing all right. This one's not going to fail, hopefully. I'm just staying out here as long as I can. That's what I do. It's pointless going anywhere. Pointless doing anything. Because of the cost of everything as well. You're better off just, just getting your own stuff, ain't you? Or even growing your stuff in your own house and stuff like that. Again, trying to keep us at home. We don't want you going out. We are, like I say, weird times. It's like they're trying to box you in. They don't want you to go out. I think I was on about that yesterday. There'll be no town centre. Like they'll ban drinking and smoke. I knew that were coming anyway 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago now. Flipping out. Coming up to 5. I knew that were coming. They will ban drinking and smoking. I knew that was coming. And that we're just on the edge of them banning it now. Yeah, like I say, they are destroying our world 100%. They don't want any concept of nightclubs ever existing. Because once it's gone forever. Like, same as libraries. They're shutting all these community centres down as well, and Just fencing everything up as well, fencing all these tennis courts up where you need QR code to get in. I'm going to do a video on that, a short video on that, of the dynamic of what they want for us. Yeah, I know what they're doing. They're trying to empty the countryside of this. This is what they want. They don't want me out here in this lovely space. I could run up to any hill up there, anywhere. I'm free to do that right now. But in years to come, they ain't going to want that. They ain't going to let me go and collect water or forage for my own food. I won't have the energy to leave because they'll restrict the calories. This is probably 10 years away, if people keep going along with it. So this book will be completely useless because I won't be able to get out and forage for food, because I'm pretty much 15 minutes away from the town anyway. No, I'm longer than that, about 40 minutes out. So you'd never get this far. You won't get this far because all the fields will be all fenced off. Yeah. I don't know what this landscape will be in 20 years' time. I'd love to know. Just by looking at this as well. Will they all fence all these fields off and put like 6 foot, 12 foot fences up? And we have to have a gate to get in, a QR code to go and harvest your own field. That'd be interesting. Because at the minute this is off grid. You can tell when you're awake. You can tell what off grid is and on grid. This is all off grid. All this here. There's no to stop them fencing all these square fields off. Having a QR code for the footpath. There's a footpath down here where you can't cross if you ain't got a QR code. They could do all this, and they could tag all this up as well to the grid. Tag all these fields up to the grid. There's nothing. This could probably happen. This would probably be 30 years away, 20, 30 years away. They could do that, but they're definitely working on it, building it every day. And the people are building it as well with these apps, these smartphones. It comes down to the app again, building it for them. Yeah, it started, that's for sure. And people are not putting them down, that's for sure. They're not putting these phones down. They're dragging us all into it. That's why I get funny looks when I pay with cash. Just feel the bad energy off people. When you feel like they're watching you, and they are. I've caught a few people watching me paying cash. And they've actually moved them as well from cash payers to card and phone payers. They've moved them across the room, so you know you're being tracked, aren't you? And guess what? It looks 6 foot as well. That magic number. Cash payers here, phone payers here. So automatic. It's like, and they had them. This goes back to the test. What I was on about 2020. They had them booths, didn't they? I can't remember what it was about. The supermarkets had these booths. If you didn't have it or not, remember that? So it was like a shaming booth, I called it. But that absolutely happened. That absolutely happened. So that whole thing in 2020 is not what you think it was. This was the test for this dystopian nightmare that's still ongoing, that a lot of people can't see. I don't know whether to say majority or not, or just half. I don't know, because I don't know the dynamic of whether we're winning or not. Is there going to be some tipping point where we actually turn this around? I mean, it's just a matter of time, really, what's going to happen. But it just feels like we're in clown world all the time, just clown world. And they're all acting clowns as well. When you're watching all these people, they just act like clowns. Like, makes you cringe, doesn't it? Like, gucci go. It's like that. It's cringe thinking. It just makes you cringe. It's like childish. It's just. I mean, that's why I come out here to escape all that. Yeah, so coming from that box in the corner of your room, if you've still got a telly, like me, I've never owned a telly. I've never owned one. Just keep it at that, shall we? Never owned one. Yeah, every day I don't crave a telly at all. Nothing like that. Because you get used to it, don't you? Once you come off something for a long time, you get used to it. Like you don't think about it anymore, do you? It's like it goes. It's like social. It's like, what was it? Facebook. Now, I was on that years ago. This is a good story. It's not a story. It's just an observation. It's just I come off it 2012, I think it was. I just got rid of it because I knew then it was bad for me then. Just don't get on with it. I remember I had 16 friends. You see all these people, all your other mates have all got like 300. But what they were doing was just making any old friends up, weren't they, really? And then you got this competition and stuff like that. How many friends you got? But 16, I went down to about 12. I think 4 of my mates just deleted you, and a few others just delete you. And it's over in real life as well, because once they delete you online, they delete you in the real world as well. So that's one to watch as well. You know, being unfriended or someone deleting you is it ruins it in real life. Even on YouTube, you know, if you got someone that deletes you or unsubscribes, if you know who they were and all of a sudden someone's unsubscribed, you know, it's that's another one ruined, isn't it? But I like it on YouTube because you don't know who's subscribed. That's what I like. It's when you know when someone's subscribed and then they unsubscribe. If there was an unsubscribe button, but they don't tell you on there, so that's a good thing. So if someone subscribes and then unsubscribes, you won't know. It's when you know, that's the problem. Yeah, I always remembered one who unfriended me on Facebook. So I kept seeing him out in real life. Yeah, just didn't speak at all. Thought, I ain't speaking first, you deleted me. Yes, this is the problems they cause. Yeah, so this is like a day in my life, really, of me being real. And this is like how I've ended up, because the system's like spat me out, and you know, to other blokes out there as well. This is how it feels. You don't feel a part of society. I mean, it still goes. You still got, you know, blokes that are quite high up and got their own kids, but it's very short numbered, isn't it? It's not like it used to be. It's like the middle class is getting like wiped out, isn't it? It's like the super rich are still the ones having 5 or 6 kids and three or four holidays abroad a year with the, because you still get the 5%, I'd say 5-10%. But there used to be that middle class that used to be like that as well, and it's just like they're wiping it out. You know, I could have been like that, but it's an ego thing, isn't it? I wouldn't like to be like that, because the system tells you to be rich and you got to make it and all that. But what happens if you don't want to be part of it? And this is what happens to you. You end up out here like this. And it's better. I prefer to be like out here like this. It feels weird talking on camera because it don't feel real, me doing this. But I'm trying to stay as real as I can. It's like I'm talking to myself, like the camera's my friend. and it's good for me as well. I get to exercise my voice, exercise my speaking, gets my confidence a bit better. So it's helping me out more than anything, and I hope I can help people out about how to navigate this and where to go from here. You know, just give you guys like notice, heads up of what to do, like stocking up and preparing for cyber attacks, blackouts, and you know, getting your kitchen in order, preparing for it. You know, getting your candles in and your gas bottles, gas canisters, so you can cook on. Getting your torches in as well. Get some solar panel torches. Anything that's going to keep you warm. That's the most important thing. Fire, water, shelter. Always remember that, fire, water, shelter. I think I'm going to the last bit of ginger in this. Just have this last bit. Yeah, nice light. It's not too bright. I like it like this. Wow, 50 minutes. Wow, this is going to be one of those long videos. Like a story video, isn't it? This is it's just one of those videos where it's just a talk really about anything. I think to do like 10-minute videos, 20 minutes, it's more to the point, more to straightforward. It's like these long videos, like films, aren't they? Like a day in the life or something. This is like more of a relaxing, real talk, like video. I will try to shorten them when the way, you know, how things are unfolding. I'll just do like 10-20 minute videos. I'll try not to keep them too long. But it's nice to do like long ones like this now and again. I don't know, I prefer to do the longer ones, to be honest with you. It'd be interesting to see which you guys prefer, long or short. Because you get to know a person when you're... It's like being real, isn't it? It's being live, it's being real and living in the now. Just a little segment of my life, that is. So yeah, after I'm done videoing, I shall walk down where I said, across this field here, and along the canal, all the way back to the town, which is probably 4 miles away. So that's going to take an hour and a half. I'll go past the canal, I mean the reservoir, great big reservoir, over the hill there. But yeah, after I finish it, I'll just probably lay down here for 10 minutes actually. Or as long as I want, really. I just fancy a bit. I'm laying down now and just laying down, just chilling out on my bag, and I might just do a little bit of reading, catch up on a little bit of foraging. I've had the last of my drink. Yeah, a bit of like meditation, like completely switch off for 20 minutes. Yeah, I'll probably do that. And then I'll go for a walk back. And then tomorrow, I won't be out here tomorrow. I don't think I won't be able to make a video out here tomorrow. I do it. I'm starting to enjoy life doing these videos. It gets me out of the house. It keeps me sane, really. Keeps me sane on what's to get it out. It's nice to sort of like talk to people that get it. I've not come across anyone on YouTube that's commented yet that I can talk to. I've only got a handful of subscribers, so there's no one I'm having a conversation with. But it'd be nice to talk to someone on here. I don't want to be a big channel at all. 1,000 would be good. That'd be ideal, wouldn't it? As long as 1,000 people are waking 1,000 people up has a knock-on effect, and maybe we can turn this around. And because ultimately it's like we've got to go back at it. Feels like I'm just an example. It's like we have to go back to the Stone Age, and I'm being led out here. So it feels like we have to do this. It just feels like that. We have to go back. That society has to collapse because it's not living. Or that digital system that needs to collapse. They need to get rid of it. I can hear all sorts. I can hear tractors. I can hear rumbling. I hear a motor. Or is it a helicopter? I might have to cut this off any second anyway in a minute. I think it's one of those bloody... That is weird. Hang on guys, can you hear it? What's that? Oh, it's a helicopter. That is so unusual. Oh my god. Yellow helicopter. See it? I have never seen a low helicopter. Just oh. I thought, what was that? You see it, guys? Just here. I've never seen a helicopter in this area. That's completely caught me off guard, that has. No way. I heard it, I thought I've never heard a noise like that. Just as my camera's just falling apart everywhere. Stay. If you guys can know. God. That is so weird. Where did that come from? Why? The town's miles away that way. It's just risen above the trees here, down over here. It's just risen above the hill. It's literally half a mile away. It's just gone. He's up, where is he? On the edge of this forest here somewhere. That's strange, that is. Why though? I don't get it. Why would you be out here just flying along in the plane? You're miles away. Why? It don't make sense. A yellow helicopter. Well, that's just sparked my interest. I thought that's so unusual out here. I've never seen that out here. I come out here all the time. I thought it was a combine harvester at the start, but it's still there in the distance. Yeah, so tomorrow, I won't be out here tomorrow. I've got some online training tomorrow, so the last course I'm doing online for the job. Not that it matters because I'm not working. Just got to get it done. Just got to get it done. Lucky I managed to pay for it before I ran out of money. So that's all paid for. And I've got to look for a job. Keep looking. I'm going to have to go on that job centre, you know. I'm going to have to. I might be able to get some sort of back pay. I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to get it. I don't know. Yeah, I've got to get a job. Oh yeah, I've got to get a job centre. I'm going to have to do that on Monday. and get back out here again. I just love it. I love being out in nature. I do. I get out. I do get out. I get out for like hours, like 4 hours. 4 hours. When I do get out, I get out for about 4 hours just to burn the calories. You know, when you like a bit of food like me, you know, you have to burn your calories. You have to burn it, otherwise you just bang on the weight. You can't just give up. You got to be proactive in your day. You can't just. You just got to do it. You just got to try and live in this sick system that doesn't give two hoots about you. You've got to look after your own health and well-being. So that's what I'm all about now. Sleeping well, eating right, preparing for what they throw to us next, being on ball with it. What's it going to do now, and where we go. But yeah, I'm definitely being led out here. That's for sure. Led out here. And my bug out bag, ready for it. You know, it's like a little day bag, but I've got my big one at home with all my camping equipment in, just in case. A canvas one as well. So if crap did hit the fan, I could just bring my big bag out here. And I'd have to make 2 or 3 trips. I'd have to stash a few things in the trees and stuff. It's all waterproof, so you just need the basics really. Oh, I don't like that spider. Just the basics. I mean, it's all going to run out anyway, your food and all that. You just got to learn how to live on the land, and this is where the foraging books come in. So just keep your eye out, guys. That's all I can say. Keep your eye out. Be prepared. Be prepared for a blackout. If it happened now, just think to yourself. Just when I leave now, just think to yourself. If there's a blackout right now, I'm sat here in my house, and I can't cook. What are you going to do? If you got your gas bottles, seriously, if you got your gas bottles, because you can boil your water to keep you warm. It's so important. Your gas bottles. It's probably the most important thing because you want to be boiling water to put in your water bottles to keep you warm, in your sleeping bags, which you talk about, in your stuff, why you can still purchase. Like on my last video, so stock up on clothes and stuff before they. And that's what I was on about yesterday, about needle and thread. Get ready to fix your clothes as well, because it's going to cost so much to make your sleeping bags and your shirts and stuff and your clothes. So get them in while you can. Just be on top of it. Plan at least a year in front. You know, just do it. You know, if you don't do it, you'll regret it, and it'll be too late. Oh, hay on my shirt. Yeah, I love this shirt. It's lovely and warm. This is. See, the thing is with this shirt, it's so thick. This is just an example. You can't make this in nature. Imagine making this shirt in nature, a real thick shirt, windproof. You won't be able to make this in nature. And yeah, it just cost me a little tenner, just a tenner. That's all it cost. But try making this in nature. It's just an example. So I'm just going, and it's warm as well. So purchase clothes. So what are we on now? Hour. Wow, we've gone to an hour already. So there we are. Back to my shirt. Yeah. Don't take anything for granted, you know. Thinking, oh, it's cheap and all that. Because it could save your life. It could save your life. Like this shirt we're only £10. You can't make this in nature. This will cost you probably £1,000 in the years to come, because carbon footprint will be too high to make it. It's just an example. I just look after yourself, guys, and just plan ahead, think ahead, buy things that are going to last you. That's the main thing. Buy things that are going to last you. Spend your money on things that are going to last you. Stainless steel stuff, you know, like your blankets, your quilts or whatever. Okay, right, yeah, I've got to go. I hope everybody enjoyed this video, and hope it's, you know, you guys got something from this, and I'll talk to you on the next one. So take care, bye for now.